Welcome everybody, and today we'll discuss how to make your weakest subject stronger. Many students ask how to make my weakest subject stronger, and should I focus on strong subjects and less on weaker subjects, or what should be the right approach towards weak and strong subjects. So answers are very simple. Hey, first thing, you cannot make your weakest subject strong so easily. This is the blunt truth. Because out of all the subjects, whatever you study, some subjects you like very much, some subjects you may not like much. So what you will do? Whatever you like much, where you can write well and score well, you try to score well. And wherever you cannot, you try to reasonably perform there so that you can at least get the pass marks. Right? We are into professional exams. And I'll tell you my personal experience to you. My weakest subject was mathematics, and because of obvious reason I cannot see anything on the board whatever is written. And in CMA Inter, quantitative aptitude was the subject, and now in that subject I should definitely pass, otherwise I'll fail my CMA Inter. What should I do? Really big challenge. What I did, in that subject I just found out certain chapters which I can actually solve. Especially the statistics part was not that difficult for me. Mathematics like calculus, differentiation, derivatives, probability was very tough. It was tough nut to crack and I will not be able to do. So I focused on statistical part more and some other chapters which I can actually comfortably do. Some parts of probability also, and I managed to score 48 marks in that quantitative aptitude. If suppose I would have put my head on calculus or differentiation, I would have broken my head, but I would have never understood that, right? And in that stress of preparing and learning calculus, my strongest subjects like law is my strongest subject, right? I would have not even scored in that subject too. So what you should do? You always focus on your strengths. Try to get exemptions, 70s, 80s in your strongest subjects. And in weakest subject, try to get 50 marks average. Right? Institute don't expect that you should score 80, 100 in each and every subject, right? So why should you think that I should become a pro or professional expert in all the subjects? Nobody can. When I wrote my CA Inter exams, I'll tell you this experience also. My direct tax was very weak. I did not take any coaching. And my my indirect tax, that is service tax and VAT was there at that time, was reasonably strong. I can complete it. So I prepared it so much that indirect tax itself gave me 40-45 marks, and in direct tax I got 5-10 marks extra, and something around 54 marks I got in the whole paper. So identify what are your weak areas, identify what are your strong areas. Strong, you make it much more stronger. Weaker, you manage so much that you pass in that subject. Presently my weak subject at that time in 2009, I feel, the direct tax, is now the strongest subject for me. Many chartered accountants call and tell that Ganeshji, your lectures I heard and I really enjoyed it. So time to time it may change. Sometimes what you can do is you can actually change the lectures. Suppose you heard from a particular lecturer and you felt the subject to be very weak. You can actually listen the same thing from some other lecturer and maybe you will become more confident with that. So nothing wrong with it, right? This is how you should approach about the strong and weak subjects. Okay, we'll meet in the next lecture.